EFL Championship Huddersfield Town vs Preston prediction, team news, lineups preview. Huddersfield Town will look to take their unbeaten run to 5 matches on Tuesday, when they welcome Preston North End to the John Smith Stadium. Despite their slight upturn in form, the hosts now only lead the bottom 3 in the championship table by 2 points, while their hosts have dropped to 9th spot in the midst of a slump. Match preview. Despite enjoying a positive run since their return to action from the November international break, Huddersfield Town head into the midweek round of championship games in a precarious position in the fight at the bottom end of England's second tier. Starting the season under the management of Neil Warnock before Darren Moore took over in September, the Terriers went into the break with just 15 points on the board from their first 16 matches, having only won 3 of those while suffering 7 defeats. They appear to have kicked on since returning, though, having now gone 4 league games unbeaten, firstly drawing 1-1 with promotion-chasing Southampton, thanks to Ben Jackson's late leveller, before putting a 4th 3-point haul of the season on the board in an impressive 2-1 triumph away at Sunderland as Michael Hellick and Delano Bergzorg netted their goals either side of Luke Onyenes' leveller. The Terriers have since settled for draws in each of their last 2 outings, despite going ahead in both, as they were firstly pegged back in a 1-1 draw away at Swansea City by Charlie Patino's 94th-minute goal. Having led throughout the entirety of the contest, before going ahead against Bristol City through Bergzorg on Saturday, only to have to share the points as Tommy Conway levelled the game early in the second half. While left disappointed having surrendered leads in their last 2 outings, Huddersfield Town can certainly still be proud of their recent progress under Moore, but with their lead over the drop zone now cut to just 2 points. Given their fellow strugglers' improvements, they will know they cannot afford to let up and will look to make it 5 games unbeaten and return to winning ways on home turf on Tuesday. They meet a Preston North End side who are fighting to end what has been an eye-catching dip in their own form, having dropped down to 9th spot after enjoying a fine start to the season under Ryan Lowe. After earning 19 points from their first 7 championship outings, taking top spot as a result, the Lily Whites have added just 2 further notches to their wins column in the last 13 attempts since mid-September. Firstly, enduring a 7-match winless run immediately after a streak of 6 straight triumphs. Their only 2 wins since then came consecutively over Coventry City and Blackburn Rovers prior to the November international break. But they have not been able to pick up where they left off on their return, managing just 1 more point from the last 4 matches as they firstly fell to a 2-1 defeat at home to Cardiff City before suffering a 4-0 thrashing away at Middlesbrough as Isaiah Jones netted a brace alongside goals from Rav van den Berg and Alex Bangura. A meeting with 22nd-placed Queen's Park Rangers at Deepdale then followed, and the Lancashire outfit again came away empty-handed, as Paul Smith and Chris Willock scored in a 2-0 away win. Before Lowe's men most recently travelled to take on Norwich City at the weekend and took a share of the spoils as the contest ended in a goalless stalemate, while they have now dropped to 9th spot. Having failed to score in any of their last 3 matches, Preston North End do remain just a single point outside of the top 6, and with the chance to move back into the playoff places if they can return to their best. Lowe's men will be desperate to reverse their fortunes and get back to winning ways on Tuesday. Team news. Darren Moore may opt to field an unchanged starting 11 on Tuesday from Saturday's draw with Bristol City, as Oliver Turton, Jack Redoni, Josh Ruffles, Cian Harrett and Kyle Hudlin are all set to remain out of action through injuries. They will, however, be boosted by the return of Sorba Thomas, who served a suspension at the weekend, and he will hope to return from the start in a wing role, although the Terriers could instead stick with a front 2 of Danny Ward and Delano Bergzorg, who netted his 4th goal of the season in the Bristol City contest. In the absence of key man Redoni, David Kasumu should again join Ben Wiles and Jonathan Hogg in the midfield, while Matty Pearson, Michael Hellick and Tom Lees are bound to line up in an unaltered back 3 in front of stopper Chris Maxwell, who has got the nod over Lee Nichols in the last 4 matches, conceding just 4 goals along the way. Preston North End will likely remain without forward Milutin Osmajic due to an injury, while Emil Rees-Jacobson also remains confined to the treatment room with a long-term issue. Ched Evans was deployed up front for their trip to Norwich on Saturday, but Lockwood Call-on will keen to come back and up front from the outset, while Dwayne Holmes will also fight to return from the start in support of a lone front man. Alan Brown is bound to keep his place in an attacking midfield role, with Ollie McCann likely to again join Ben Whiteman in the engine room, while Jack Watmo will continue to join mainstays Liam Lindsay and Jordan Story in a back three. Huddersfield Town possible starting lineup: Maxwell, Pearson, Hellick, Lees, Thomas, Kasumu, Hogg, Wiles, Headley, Ward, Bergzorg. Preston North End possible starting lineup: Woodman, Lindsay, Watmo, Story, Potts, McCann, Whiteman, Miller, Brown, Holmes, Keane. We say, Huddersfield Town 1-0 Preston North End. Huddersfield Town are certainly gaining confidence under Moore. And having now avoided defeat in their last 4 games, we fancy them to come out on top against a Preston North End side who are struggling going forward and in the midst of a concerning dip in form. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.